today, or just kind of shoot around a little? Or?
No, we had a very light day today.
Yeah.
Very light.
You couldn't practice if you had to, really, with the guys you have.
You know, we're practicing our minds right now, more than anything else.
Dave, what's ailing LeBron, and how much is it affecting his performance in review?
Uh, a number of things, like most guys. He got banged up a little bit last night, but knowing him, he'll recover and be out there tomorrow.
No percentage discount in terms of he's 80%. 90%?
Oh, geez, you just talked to him. You should probably ask him that. Again, he's playing heavy minutes, and he's obviously playing great. But he's going to take hits, and he works his way through it.
Something that's affected him off and on through his whole career. What have you guys looked at to try to mitigate that? How important he is to you guys?
Braun is a very, very professional guy that is not only does he study the game, but he studies the ways that he can improve himself physically and care for himself physically. He's surrounded by great people who help him, and when you're playing that many minutes at that level of intensity, you're going to experience things of that nature. It's not uncommon. And he fought through it courageously last night, and brilliantly, I might add. And he'll be ready.
What's Kyrie's status?
Still working through the protocol, and we're looking for repeated good days, so that we can comfortably, the medical staff can comfortably put him back out on the court in a game situation.
Considering the lead that you guys have, would the potential reward be better to not play him than to play him?
We need Kyrie on the court, and we're not really thinking about resting him as much as we are thinking about him being healthy to play basketball. We need him on the court. Whether we're up 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-0, that doesn't really mean anything, because this is the conference finals. There's not a lot of time, and there's not a lot of room for error. At the same time, if it meant risking his long-term health, we're not going to do that. So we are where we are right now. Yes, it'll be game time decision.
David, LeBron was just asked about Tristan Thompson, and he said that he's a guy who should probably be a Cavalier for his entire career. There's no reason why he shouldn't be. How has Tristan proved his value to you this season?
First of all, I think Braun is right, and every team wants guys like that take on whatever role is asked and embrace it and do their very best to help the team in the ways that the team needs. And you've seen Tristan do that this year. When we brought Kev in, we asked Tristan to be our first big off the bench. Thought he had a great season. I thought he was very much in the running for Sixth Man of the Year. And then when Kev went down, we put him in the starting lineup, and he's been terrific. And doing the things that he does, and doing whatever's asked of him for the good of the team. And like I said, that's a guy you always want on your team.
His minutes certainly made sense considering your personnel when everyone was healthy. But were you ever tempted to, wow, I wish I could find some more minutes for this guy because the way he impacts?
You talking about from before?
From before, yeah.
Well, we were doing pretty good before. So his minutes were appropriate.
Short rotation, exhausting game last night. Is there a concern about, even with being up 3-0, that there's an effective attrition that could wind up happening?
Realistically, that's a viable point, but not in the Eastern Conference Finals, one step away from making the NBA Finals.
A lot's been made over the course of the season and recently about Matthews' kind of unconventional path to the NBA. Maybe it's too simplistic a connection, but do you think that does anything for a player's mindset, whether it's him or in general, guys that have sort of an unconventional path?
I don't know what it does exactly for his mindset, because it's exactly his mindset that's allowed him to get to where he is, to get where he has. What it does, in my mind, is teach a lot of young kids the value of hard work and of belief in yourself and of commitment to the task and commitment to team and of being willing to sacrifice and do whatever it takes to be the best that you can be. I mean, I just think that guy's a perfect example of those things.
David, do you sense any frustration in the locker room or with your own staff just with Kyrie having not played the last 2 days?
No, I don't sense that. No, obviously everybody wants Kai out there, and we need him, you know. And we need Kev too, but he's down for the season with that injury. Guys are anxious for him to come back, yes, because he's an important part of this team, I think it's more hope than frustration, or anxiousness. Let's put it that way. That's a better word.
A dominant run defensively. Were there things last night that maybe got away from you a little more, or adjustments that were made by them, or were they just making shots?
Yeah, I thought they made more shots, and we might have missed a few coverages last night that perhaps we didn't in the first 2 games. The pace of the game last night was extremely high, and I'm sure that was part of it. We're in there, and we're fighting on every play, and we know we got to be, because they are a dangerous offensive team. But at the end of the day, we held them to 40 or 41% from the field, and that's not a bad number. They made some more shots, they made some more threes than they made in the first 2 games, thus the score being higher. But we're going to stay solid in what we're doing, and little adjustments that we make game in game, we'll do. But so far we're on the right track, and we'll remain true to that.
When Tristan gets you an extra possession in a tight game, what kind of thoughts do you have about the value of that at that moment?
It's invaluable. He's a possession getter. That's exactly the way we look at it, and it comes from just never ceasing effort and commitment to task. And he makes a lot of big plays that you don't see on SportsCenter, but we notice them.
How about the pass he made last night?
Winning play. The rebound and the pass. Huge winning play. Huge.
David, what has Damon Jones brought to your group this year?
Damon's helped us, and he's a great guy to have around. Really great guy to have around.
Anything about his relationship with LeBron, being something that makes LeBron feel comfortable, or getting extra work with him? We all see that.
Yeah, I think Damon's contributed to us, and he's helped a lot of guys in a lot of little ways.